A well-kept suburban neighborhood on a sunny day. Kids ride their bikes and play outside, while a father watches from his porch, his expression distant and pained. Inside a modest home, the father sits at his desk, surrounded by photos of his late daughter. A wall covered with newspaper clippings and notes about the unsolved murder reflects his relentless search for answers. The father meticulously goes through a box of evidence, reviewing old case files and highlighting potential leads. His determination is palpable as he organizes the information. A flashback to 15 years ago, a young girl happily playing in a park, her laughter echoing. The father watches over her lovingly until the scene darkens and the image fades to black. The father visits a graveyard, placing fresh flowers on his daughter's grave. He stands there silently, lost in memories, a mix of sorrow and resolve on his face. In a dimly lit room, the father meets with a private investigator. They exchange information, the investigator handing over a new lead. Hope flickers in the father's eyes. The father follows the lead to a rundown neighborhood where he discreetly observes a suspicious figure. He takes photos from a distance, gathering evidence. At home, the father pins the new photos on his evidence wall. He connects the dots between the new information and previous leads, his investigation intensifying. Another flashback to a family gathering. The father and his brother are seen laughing and enjoying a barbecue. The brother playfully teases the young girl, showing a close family bond. The father confronts an old friend from the past, demanding answers. The friend appears nervous and evasive, eventually revealing a critical piece of information. The father reviews the new information, his expression one of shock and realization. He begins to suspect his own brother's involvement in the murder. A tense confrontation between the father and his brother at a family reunion. The father accuses his brother, who initially denies any wrongdoing, growing defensive. The father's determination grows as he gathers more evidence against his brother. He reviews old family photos, searching for hidden clues. The father breaks into his brother's home, searching for incriminating evidence. He finds a hidden box containing items that link his brother to the crime. The father takes the evidence to the police, presenting his findings. The officers listen intently, promising to reopen the case and investigate further. The father watches from a distance as the police arrest his brother, who is visibly shocked and protests his innocence. The brother is interrogated at the police station. Under pressure, he eventually confesses to the crime, revealing a dark and twisted motive. The father receives a call from the police, informing him of his brother's confession. He sits in stunned silence, tears welling in his eyes. The father visits his daughter's grave once more, this time with a sense of closure. He places a final flower, whispering a heartfelt apology. A montage of the father moving on with his life, redecorating his home, reconnecting with old friends, and finding peace in simple pleasures. The father sits on his porch, watching the neighborhood children play. A sense of calm and acceptance has replaced his previous torment. The father attends his brother's trial, hearing the details of the crime. He remains composed, but the pain of betrayal is evident in his eyes. The brother is sentenced to life in prison. The father leaves the courtroom, the weight of the past finally lifting from his shoulders. The father visits his daughter's memorial, now adorned with flowers and messages from friends and family. He reads the heartfelt notes, finding comfort in their words. The father begins volunteering at a local support group for grieving parents, sharing his story and helping others find their own paths to healing. The father stands in his daughter's old room, now converted into a peaceful space filled with memories and mementos. He takes a deep breath, feeling a sense of closure. The father goes on a road trip, visiting places he and his daughter had always planned to see. He takes photos, capturing new memories to honor her spirit. The father returns home, feeling rejuvenated. He looks at the evidence wall one last time before taking it down, symbolizing the end of his quest for justice. The father spends time with his family, strengthening bonds and cherishing moments together. Laughter and love fill the room, a stark contrast to the years of grief. The father sits by the fireplace, writing a letter to his daughter. He pours out his heart, apologizing for the years lost and expressing his love and pride. The father seals the letter and places it in a special box, adding it to a collection of cherished memories. He smiles, feeling at peace. The father takes up a new hobby, channeling his energy into creating something beautiful. He finds joy in the process, a therapeutic way to heal. The father receives a visit from a former detective who worked on the case. They share a moment of mutual respect and understanding, acknowledging the long journey they've been on. The father plants a tree in his backyard in memory of his daughter. He tends to it with care, watching it grow and flourish as a symbol of life and renewal. The father attends a community event, feeling more connected and engaged than he has in years. He smiles as he mingles with neighbors, finding solace in their support. The father visits the beach, a place his daughter loved. He walks along the shore, the sound of the waves bringing a sense of calm and reflection. The father joins a local charity, dedicating his time to helping others in need. He finds purpose in giving back, turning his pain into positive action. The father reconnects with an old friend, rekindling a relationship that had been strained by years of grief. They share stories and laughter, healing old wounds. The father takes a moment to meditate, finding peace and stillness. He reflects on his journey, feeling a sense of accomplishment and growth. The father celebrates his daughter's birthday with a small gathering of close friends and family. They share memories and honor her life, creating a warm and loving atmosphere. The father writes a book about his experience, hoping to help others going through similar pain. He pours his heart into the pages, finding catharsis in the process. The father travels to a distant place, seeking adventure and new experiences. He embraces the journey, feeling a renewed zest for life. The father returns home, feeling fulfilled and content. He looks around his home, now filled with new memories and a sense of peace. The father spends time with his grandchildren, sharing stories and creating new memories. He cherishes these moments, finding joy in their laughter. The father reflects on a photo of his daughter, now framed and placed in a prominent spot in his home. He smiles, feeling her presence and love. The father attends a support group meeting, sharing his progress and offering hope to others. He listens and provides comfort, a beacon of strength for those in need. The father finds solace in nature, taking long walks and appreciating the beauty around him. He feels a deep connection to the world, finding peace in its rhythms. The father writes a final letter to his daughter, expressing his gratitude for the time they had together. He places it in the special box, a symbol of his enduring love.